Religions were made to hide the truth about yourself, God, and the universe. You see, religion teaches there is a God separate from you. He created the universe separate from himself. They did this to truly disconnect you from consciousness, from God, and from yourself. Now let me explain. It's going to be very difficult to understand this from a left hemisphere dominated perception. The left hemisphere sees everything individual. The right hemisphere sees the whole. For example, if you're walking through a woods, the left hemisphere sees individual trees, leaves, twigs, and branches. The right hemisphere sees the interconnectedness of the whole woods. We've been trained our whole life to be trapped in the left hemisphere, to think logically, scientifically, with evidence. This way of thinking traps you in illusion, division, and separateness from everything. Plus, in science, they teach you the universe exists outside of you. You exist in a universe, and the universe exists whether you exist or not. This is completely false. You are the universe experiencing itself. There is only one person in the universe. There is only one awareness in the universe, and that is God. That is your consciousness. Not your name, your job, your reputation, your thoughts, your beliefs. That is not God. God is the infinite awareness that you are, the alertness, the essence of life. You are an individual. You have a dual nature, an inner world, consciousness, and an outer world, this physical body. The inner world is the immortal, consciousness, awareness. This physical reality is for the immortal within us to experience and enjoy. And the immortal consciousness, the immortal self, the individualized expression of the only thing that is truly real, which is God, consciousness, is seeking a way to understand itself through infinite vantage points. The same consciousness inside of you, inside of the dog, the squirrel, the plants, the stars, the same awareness is in absolutely everything. Only the right hemisphere can see this connection. The universe is one mind separated into the infinite bodies and life forms. This is why scientists tell you that the universe is forever expanding. It's truth in plain sight, because the universe is the mind, and the mind is always seeking more vantage points to understand itself. And the mind is always expanding into new realms of thought. The mind cannot be filled up. It does not exist in space. However, human awareness, human consciousness is very sacred. And the reason why I say that is because humans possess a two-way consciousness, unlike a dog, an animal, or a squirrel, for example. The dog looks in the mirror. It is not aware of itself. It doesn't look in the mirror and see that it needs to improve something. However, humans, we can look in the mirror and say, who am I? Where do I come from? And I need to change this aspect of me. I'm lacking in this area. Dogs do not have this awareness. They function only on their immediate surroundings, on survival and instinct. Human awareness is special because we have the ability to reflect on the self. We can question our consciousness. We can question, who am I? Where do I come from? And where am I going after this? The human mind has no limitation. We can surpass our animal nature and rise to a godly nature. This is the whole purpose of reaching Christ consciousness, which is just an ideal consciousness where we have control over self and we know who we truly are. Humans have been given the tools to awaken. Our five senses are locked only to perceive the physical world. But the mind holds the gateway to understand the unseen aspects of reality. The mind holds the secrets to the universe and consciousness. We just have to study ourselves to understand God. We are all individualized aspects of consciousness. There is only one pure consciousness in the universe, but we're fractaled into infinite life forms, experiencing this consciousness in a different form, molding this consciousness into individual egos and individualized consciousness. Me and you are made of the same fabric. However, I have thought different things, believed different things, experienced different things, which has conditioned my consciousness to be my own individualized aspect of God. And that's what makes me, me, and you, you. God is the creative power within us to turn thoughts into physical reality, to create things. We are a creator. Each one of us is a miniature earth, creating and building in this physical 3D reality. Our consciousness holds power over the 3D reality. We can mold it and create anything we wish. However, we have been conditioned to live like an animal, living in our animal nature, eating, surviving, lusting, and these low-level desires keep us trapped from figuring out our creative power. This is why the ancients always depicted God inside of the brain. Even in ancient Christian artwork, William Blake, Anton Raphael, all depict God inside of the brain. Why is this? Because God is our creative power. The spinal column acts as a type of ladder of consciousness. If you just think about sex and act on sex, eating, consuming, and living in a survival animalistic state, then your consciousness is functioning on the lower end of the spinal column, where your reproductive organs are and your gut organs are to consume food. In order to activate the God within us and to us to truly know God, we have to be aligned with the God consciousness. We have to unlock the God within us so we can truly actually experience God and understand it. However, God exists beyond our personal consciousness, beyond our human identity. In secret societies, satanic rituals and satanic societies, they are seeking a way to escape the human identity through ritual work, meditation, and trance-like states. A trance-like state is like the state that you enter just before you fall asleep, where there is no thought present in your mind, because you are not the mind, you are the observer, you experience the thoughts. And when we escape the human identity through rituals, meditation, or trance-like states, we can actually experience beyond the veil of this material world. However, satanic rituals do this in a negative way. Satanic rituals include ways to make the human mind tap out by pushing the human minds to the limit through pain, suffering, and even torture, to allow the mind to pass out so you can temporarily pass on the veil of the physical world and escape the limitations of the human identity and the human thinking mind. Now, you do not have to do it this way. You can experience the divine and beyond your human identity through many different ways, such as deep, deep meditation, rising above your thoughts, and setting 3 alarms, one for 6 a.m., one for 6:30, and one for 7:30. And when you wake up at these times, what you need to do each time you wake up is allow your mind to stay awake but your body to fall asleep. And you will enter this trance-like state. And you can gain ideas, experience lucid dreams, and maybe even astral project. All of these rituals in secret societies and satanic societies is all about escaping the human identity and experiencing the divine planes beyond the physical. To wrap all of this up, this is all about consciousness. Consciousness is the infinite awareness of the universe, just fractaled into separate bodies. And this consciousness is seeking a way to understand itself in infinite angles and vantage points. And religion was made to cut off your connection to the divine planes beyond this world and beyond your self-identity. Therefore, if you want to know God, you have to study the attributes and qualities of God, such as geometry, numbers, consciousness, the mind, the subconscious, human anatomy. All of these things are aspects of God. We have to study ourselves and study nature so we can see God. God is the infinite awareness of the universe. If you love this video, please leave a like and share it with a friend. I'll leave a link in the description for the Book of Wisdom, Volume 2.